This is a trail and a park that's right next to Phyllis's house. This area is called Arlington Ridge because it is on a ridge. These houses are higher up than Phyllis's, but on the other side there's a street that's fairly level that looks like a normal suburban street. Now I'm going to walk along the trail. We're quite close to Phyllis's house, and her house, although not the highest, is still up on a high hill and has a steep hill leading right up to her house. It's very private. So her house is actually more in the midst of the trees and the hill, although not right at the top. Now there's Phyllis's house coming into view. Red brick house, beautiful big house. And separated by this little gorge. And I'm on a trail that's part of the Arlington Parks system. And I'm walking down. Very pleasant place, and there's Phyllis's house. When you're in Phyllis's house and look out any of the windows, you really feel like you're secluded in the mountains, because her house is somewhat secluded from many of the others, even though, as I say, it's not the highest point on the ridge. Now we're coming to the end of the trail, and the top of June Street that Phyllis lives on. Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Now we're right at the end of the trail on the top of June Street. And it's still a fairly steep hill all the way down to Arlington Ridge Road. And here's the beginning of Phyllis's driveway. And here's a stone marker with her street address, 2646 South June Street. And then up the hill, and there's my Florida car at the top of the hill. And this is a fairly steep hill to climb, maybe a 30-degree angle possibly. Not used to climbing steep hills, living in flat Tampa. Here's Phyllis's house. Beautiful flowers and greenery and shrubbery. And her house is very private and yet very close to civilization. Only about a mile from Crystal City, which has 20-story buildings and lots of them, and maybe 2 or 3 miles from the Pentagon.